Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Jay Hurst again with Coldwell Banker. Today we're going to go into Mclean and look at the townhouses down in that area. Last video we saw the townhouses in the Vienna area. Tyson's Corner is divided in really two sections, the town of Vienna and then also Mclean. So our trip today will take us through Mclean. We'll see some of the higher end townhomes down there and what they have to offer. It's a little bit different style of home than what we find in the Vienna side, so I think you'll find it very interesting. So let's get started. So the first area that we're going to go into is the Mary Hill area. It's located on Dolly Madison. It's very close actually to Washington DC. This is a group of, I guess we would call them not really townhomes, but maybe zero lot line homes. They're very luxurious. We're in one of the top brackets here, with most of the homes going for over $2 million and up to the $3 million bracket. These are very large homes. They really take on the look and feel of a single family home. They all have multiple car garages. There's not very many homes in this enclave. It's a very private section, and it has it's walled and gate. It's not gated, but it is walled. Each one of these homes has a little bit different layout, and like I said, it's a very luxurious area. There's also a manor house that's here. This is on the old piece of land that was, had an old pre-Civil War construction house that was owned by the Robesons, and so the driveway here, the road is actually named after that original family. So now we're going to head down Dolly Madison, which is really, for those that don't know, is the same as Route 123. And this runs all the way into Tyson's from Mclean. And so we're coming back into Mclean, and we're going to turn into this townhouse development, Madison Mclean. And this has a lot of interesting homes. There's different floor plans, different layouts, different garage positions. As we've talked about when we had the Vienna video, most of what sets these homes apart are the configurations with the garages. And so as you can see here, as we come into the community, a lot of these initial homes that you run into will have separate two-car garages. They're located behind the homes in a courtyard where there's like an alleyway you can see right there. And then as we get to the back of the community here in Madison or Mclean, you're going to see a more traditional vertical structure. The townhomes still have two-car garages, but you can see the garages are at the base of the home. So you have the 3 stories. These are all brick townhomes. They have various configurations. So some of them have bay windows, some of them do not. And we're going to turn around and head back out of the community and give you another view here of what you can see in Madison Mclean. You can see that these units here are sitting on large courtyards and have the 2-car garages behind them. There's plenty of parking in this area, and it's a fairly private neighborhood also. Most all these neighborhoods are either gated or semi-gated, or they have brick walls around them. This actually has a privacy wall around the whole entire community. We're going to come back out here to 123. Just down the road actually is Stoneleigh, and this is more of a, I guess we'll call it an entry-level community for Mclean, if there is such a thing. And what you have here in Stoneleigh is a 2-story townhome that has a basement, and most of the time the basements are finished out. And as you can see when we drive through here, there is street parking. There are no garages in Stoneleigh. You can go through, the community kind of winds back through here. It's private also, but we're very close to central Mclean in this location. And I think that's the reason a lot of folks choose it, is because you're really close to shopping in this area. It's a very reasonably priced area, like I said before, to get into. And the townhomes here actually turn over fairly quickly. So there's opportunity here. We're right on Westmoreland here. Westmoreland runs right into Chainbridge Road, and so we're going to go ahead and turn right on Westmoreland and go down one street to another small, it's a smaller group of townhomes, but they're a little bit different, and I think it'll be interesting to see them. So here we are in Mclean Park Manor. This is a smaller section. It goes back in here just a little bit, and these homes are bigger. They actually back to Stoneleigh, but as you can see, it's more tree lined. It's a little bit more private. Each home has a one-car garage, and then they all have really unique Georgetown style courtyards and gardens in the back of these units. The ones that are towards the front of the complex here, you can see right here what their backyards are like. They're fenced, and in some cases have brick walls. Some of these homes actually have circular staircases going out the outside up to the second floor. So now we're going to leave there and go right through Mclean proper. I thought it might be interesting to see a little bit about the town here. Just a quick view on this. Mclean is really a small town. This is not a large metropolis. This is a real small area. I think the government actually calls it a census designated place. But you have plenty of shopping here, plenty of food stores, plenty of delicatessens, plenty of it's just you have your Starbucks and things like that. Now as we get through Mclean, we're going to go into this little area here off of Fleetwood. And there are some, I guess they're low rises or kind of half high rises, condominiums through this area. You have Mclean House and the Signet, which is newer. But right here on the left is Mclean Crest, and we're on Fleetwood Road, which really parallels Dolly Madison. And these homes are bigger. These are pretty large townhomes, and they fetch a pretty decent price. But they have two-car garages. They're rather large. They're kind of a square shape. They're colonial style, and you can see right here this one on the corner has a really nice entryway with a Palladian window. These were built not that long ago, so they're fairly modern in floor plan design. And there's just 2 or 3 streets in this area here in Mclean Crest. But these are really nice units. You can see they have the 2-car garages, and we're within walking distance really of the restaurants in Mclean. So as we continue, we're going to go over here onto McGarity. McGarity really divides Mclean and Falls Church. And you can see here on the left there's new construction. This is Union Park. This is brand new townhouses that are being built by Toll Brothers. And they're right in the middle of construction as we're making this video. And we're going to turn left here on Anderson. Now Anderson is a cut-through road. It actually runs right over to 123 and Tyson's Corner. So you'll probably be able to see some of the high-rises in the background here that are over at the Tyson's Corner area. So we're going to go down Anderson, and we're going to turn into this community here on the right. And this is called the Westerlies, and this is another good entry-level townhome community. This is probably the most entry-level that there is in Mclean, because these homes are considered condos and not townhomes. They look like townhomes, but they're piggyback units. And what we mean by that is there's actually a unit on the top and a unit on the bottom directly underneath it. So each townhome is split into 2 parts. Okay? And so because of that, they share this space, and so they're considered condominiums because there's shared ownership there. But it has a lot of amenities. You have pools. It's a really nice, kind of a contemporary cedar siding design. Very straightforward and very clean inside as far as the decorative touches. So, and it's right across the street from the Safeway. So now we're going to continue down off of Anderson, and we're going to come up Chainbridge Road here. past this condominium development. And then the very next thing we're going to run into is another colonial style community with townhomes and some zero lot line single family homes, very similar to what we saw over in Mary Hill. And this is called Mclean Ridge. And we're very close to Tyson's, and this is probably the closest townhouse community, except for the Westerlies, to the Silver Line Metro. It's well established. You can see we have a lot of trees here. It's a beautiful neighborhood. It always looks great in the spring because they planted a lot of flowering trees. These are large townhomes, as you can see, especially the ones that are on the end. And as we talked about in Vienna, the end townhomes are usually the largest units. These all have nice courtyards in the back. We're going to circle through here and kind of give you a little bit better idea of what you can find. And these turn over fairly rapidly also, and that's always good, because when you start to check for townhouses in Mclean, what you're going to find is a fairly short list. These are two-car garages, and they're pretty big two-car garages too. Sometimes they'll say that and it looks like it's just a little bit over the size of a one-car garage, but these are good size. A lot of brick construction, a lot of fine detail, just a beautiful neighborhood. We have concrete sidewalks here, so there's plenty of walk space. You can actually walk directly from this community down the street to the Silver Line Metro Station at Mclean. You can see the high-rises in the background. Here on the left are the zero lot line homes. So those are more like single-family homes and not townhomes. So we're going to turn right here on Cambridge Road, and we're running towards Mclean now. And here's a new community. Well, it's another community, Hallcrest Heights. It's not new. I'm sorry. Off of Cambridge Road, and these homes are very similar to what you find over in Stoneleigh. They're a little bit bigger. They still have the street parking and not the garages, so that's very similar to what you see at Stoneleigh. There's a lot more different architectural styles in this neighborhood. When the builder first built this neighborhood, one of the things that they wanted to try to do was separate each unit. So you'll see different brick details, different roof lines. You can see here, almost all of them look different. And that's nice. A lot of people appreciate that. Some of them almost have a contemporary flair to them, and some of them are straight colonials. Different roof lines, gambrel roofs, things like that. It's a fairly large community. They have good amenities here. So now, as we continue down, we're going to run into Mclean Cove. This is off of Cambridge Road also. Mclean Cove is one of the most recent communities that's been built that are townhomes. This is off of Davidson right here. And as we turn in, you can see there, this is a semi-gated community. You've got a brick and iron fence that really goes around the whole community here. You have plenty of garage space. Each one of them has a two-car garage. You can see there's a lot of detail on the outside of each home. And these are fairly wide townhomes. And if you'll remember, you get your interior space with a townhome from the width of the townhome. And Mclean Cove has some very wide, very broad widths of their townhomes. A lot of nice features. You can see there's brick sidewalks, there's brick driveways. And now we're going to go back out on Davidson. Really nice single families that have been recently built here. So now we're actually going to go into probably what would be considered the largest and most expensive area, Evans Farm. And years ago this was actually a farm, and those that remember Mclean from those days remember there used to be a little restaurant that was here that was kind of a country style restaurant called Evans Farm Restaurant, and they bought the land, the farm itself and the restaurant. They tore everything down and they built this very uber luxury community. You can see the townhomes here are enormous. These are the largest townhomes in Mclean. They're also the most expensive. You have cobblestone roads in some cases. You have brick sidewalks. You have stone, brick. Really no expense was spared. Almost all these homes have elevators. There's really no expense has gone. They've taken very good care of the community. You can see here. So if you're really looking for the highest end, best situation as far as luxury goes in Mclean, this is it. Evans Farm is at the top of the ladder. Now, interestingly enough, there are several buildings here that are designed to look like townhomes that are actually condominiums, and those are also very nice, but they're flats. So thanks very much. This is the end of our tour for today. If you'd like more information, visit mcleantownhouse.com.